next group is finance management visibility. People in our group are Bonnie, Jim, and Leonard, and our sponsor, Mark. The bad news about this is that we've attempted to address this in the past, but not so successfully. We've tried different initiatives in the finance group, and probably the number one reason why they haven't succeeded previously is they weren't sustained efforts. This time, the good news is this really feels different this time. It feels like this group has more momentum. People are really engaged at multiple levels, and it's not really a top-down implementation. It's really a lot of involvement from a lot of people, and that's really the overall key to success is ensuring that we sustain these efforts going forward. We did some research in our group over the last 2 months to come up with these recommendations. But one of our first action is really to do an additional survey to find out more specifically from the finance group any ideas that they have for us or how we should prioritize our recommendations. So one of our first steps is to do some additional validation across finance. The second action is one of the things that we haven't had in the past is technology to help us keep people in touch with what's going on in finance. And finance is a hard-working group. There's lots of overtime, and communication really gets strained at particular periods at the end of the quarter and such, and we really need some additional measures. And one of the things that we think is going to be different this time is 1CA, so we'll talk a little bit about that. Skip level meetings. We've had these in the past, although they seem to happen in certain functions, but not all functions. So one of the things we're going to implement is cross-functional skip level meetings and have them on a regular cadence once a month. And then we're also going to talk about visibility best practices. Okay, if you haven't heard about it, 1CA is going to be the redesign of the CA homepage, and it incorporates viral techniques similar to, I don't know if we're allowed to use this word, Facebook, but it's actually a corporate version of Facebook, and Facebook is extremely effective at getting people to communicate and sharing thoughts and ideas in real time. So if you think about it in those terms, there's some similarities there. The key to success is that we get all of the financial leadership team to complete their profiles early, that we hit the ground running. If we get off to a slow start, it's not going to be successful, right? So we're going to mandate that we complete these surveys early. There's got to be interesting stories out there to get this thing going. Once you get momentum behind it, it'll take off on its own. We're going to monitor participation early on to ensure that, and then assess how well we're doing in the June timeframe. The skip level meetings is our next recommendation, and we want to make sure we're on a monthly cadence on these, and that we get cross participation. So it's not just sales finance, or it's not just treasury, but we really get some cross-functional representation at these meetings. And then we want to make sure that we capture the essence of these meetings so that we can share stories, and I think that'll improve management visibility. The other key to this is not walking into these meetings cold, that the finance leader has profiles, this is a screenshot of what the one CA profile looks like. Thanks to Frank for his picture up there. The key really is early adoption. Can't repeat that strongly enough. And that we build trust through the establishment of finance communities, that people share information in their communities. The last recommendation is visibility best practices. We have management training, but we don't really focus on best practices or making sure that we're trusted leaders. So we want to create an outline of what best practices are, and that's going to involve things like management walk-arounds. How do you do it? How often do you do it? What makes it effective versus ineffective? You don't want to catch people off guard, make them paranoid, right? You want to make them an invitation to seek out help and to recognize you so that you're an effective executive. On-site visits for remote locations, very important. We've got to make sure we monitor the frequency of that. Video emails is something we haven't tried before, but we think that's an effective tool that we can use, and want to make sure that this is a sustained effort going forward. Okay, next topic, employee recognition. This is Frank's group with George, Larry, Carlo, and the MIT. The real important thing here is that we don't have a single program, but a multifaceted program to recognize and reward employees. The questions that we need to ask to make sure that this is successful is, do employees feel that it's worthwhile, and does management believe the program has a beneficial impact? This is the Treasury Department. Thanks for that photo. So we want to make sure we incorporate awards into regular finance communication methods.